despite all the struggle, I'm grateful for it because it's made us stronger as a family. Hey guys, Jen here with Cass and Grace. I hope everyone is doing well. I was tagged from Megan over at Creating Essence, but this tag was originally started by Mariah over at the Babcocks. They are both awesome moms that talk about gardening and parenting and homeschooling and all sorts of awesome things. So if you like that kind of thing, you're definitely going to want to check out both of their channels. So I am going to link either up here or in the description box for you guys to check out their channels. When I originally saw Megan's video, I was thinking, oh, this is a great one. I hope she tags me. And she did. So thank you, Meg, for tagging me. And then I thought, oh, this is going to be a quick, easy video to do. It is not. There's a lot of things that I'm grateful for. So if you didn't see my last video, I'll pop an iCard up here for you guys to check out. Here, something like that. We made some changes to our sensory arsenal. And see these brackets up here? That is one of our sensory swings. That is actually the net swing that just came not that long ago. It is fantastic. I will leave a link for it below. It is not an affiliate link. I get nothing from it. I'm not working with them, but it's amazing. It's a great product. That sensory swing. I am grateful for that sensory swing. I love that sensory swing. It is not the prettiest thing to have hanging in your house, but when you have kids with sensory challenges, anything that you can hang or put or add to your home is beautiful. So I am very, very thankful for that swing. Today my kids are getting along beautifully. Right now they are all sitting in the living room watching a video, eating our snack lunch that we do, and they're eating that and they're watching a video, sitting in a fort that they made together. And I am so grateful for that. That feeds right into another thing that I'm grateful for today is that we homeschool. Homeschooling, of course, gives us a lot of freedoms, but with these kinds of days where everybody was happy and just enjoying each other, I let homeschool be. We got a couple things done each. We got some language arts done, got math done, handwriting done, and they are getting along so well. I'm going to drop it for the rest of the day because I can. When they're having days that are this good and they're getting along this well, especially with some of the things that a couple of them are dealing with, getting along and being together and enjoying each other and just thriving in that and building those memories and those skills, those social skills. Even in a family unit, there are social skills. They're so, so important because I can teach them whatever I want out of a book. If they don't have those good social skills, then all of the information in any book is not going to do them any bit of good if they don't know how to work through conflict and maintain good, strong relationships, both in the workplace and personally. So on days like this, I focus on this. I let them deal with their little minor issues that might arise, and I let them enjoy each other. School can wait. School always gets caught up. School always happens when it happens. It works out. It's one of the perks to doing the year-round homeschooling. But I am so grateful for being able to have this opportunity to focus on not just our homeschooling, our learning, but also allowing them the freedom to be able to nurture their relationships with each other, with friends, with family members. The third thing I'm grateful for is my boys getting diagnosed. Over the last year and a half, my boys have each been diagnosed with something. My youngest son was first. He was diagnosed with sensory processing disorder. If you followed any length of time, you've heard all this before. And then my middle son was diagnosed with dyslexia. That was another big thing to adjust to. Not so much for the entire family, but just really for me and him. A new way of learning, a new way of teaching, and then just an understanding of what exactly dyslexia is and the things that go with it, because it's not just about reading. It affects a whole person and how they process things also. And then there's my oldest son. He was recently diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, Tourette's, and ADHD. He has been 13 years of question marks. He has struggled socially, physically, emotionally for a long time, and I spent so many years not listening to myself and listening too much to others. It was all well-meaning, but we were in the wrong doctors, and I was surrounding myself in the wrong circles of people, and I just didn't know. And this year, he found his voice, and he could more clearly express what he was struggling with, and he had not been able to previously do that, and I am so grateful for that. Those diagnoses are a lot to deal with. It changes everything. And though it's really hard to process, it's really hard to accept, you have to go through a grieving process. You really do. When you move from the mainstream world into the special needs world, it's both a sad and exciting thing, because you're finally around people that understand, that get it, that you don't have to constantly explain, and that you don't have to constantly justify. It's good. And your kids can be themselves and not fear what other people are going to think or say. It's hard to make that adjustment, but we did. And I'm so glad we did. And I'm so glad it all happened together, though it was extremely hard, and there were days that I didn't know how I was going to do this. God has blessed me with some great friends, and if it wasn't for them and for the resources and the people that we have found, I don't even know where we would be right now. I know that my kids would still be struggling. I know that I would still be struggling. I don't even know what that future would have been like for them. So I am really grateful. Despite all the struggle, I'm grateful for it, because it's made us stronger as a family. It's made them stronger. And it's given them, especially my oldest son, it's given him a clarity, knowing that there's nothing wrong with him. And for the first time in his life, I think he is found this peace. And I'm so grateful for that. Just to watch your child struggling is hard. It's heartbreaking. And when they finally have peace about who they are and the challenges they face, it's something to be grateful for. So because of all of that and things that have happened in the last year and a half, we have changed our plans. We had very specific plans in how we were going to even really go through this year. And in the few short months that 2019 has been, it's completely changed. We're now not going to push hard to go get out on our land so that we can have our permanent homestead. We have 10 acres of land, and it's pretty much just going to sit there. We're going to clear some things by hand. We're going to hunt, we're going to camp, and we're just going to enjoy what God has blessed us with. And we're going to be grateful for it. We're going to be grateful that we are still in town, because the responsibilities of having a fully functioning homestead to the degree that I dream about is just not something that is realistic in the season we're in. With our children, with ourselves, with my health, there's just no way that I'd be able to do it, and it would be such a burden. So I'm really grateful that we are not on our homestead. I'm grateful for our backyard homestead. I mean, there's things that I wish we could do here, like have chickens or our quail again, but there's nothing I can do about our ordinances in our village. But the things I can do, I'm doing. I've planted different kinds of fruit, trees, bushes. I have expanded our garden. I have changed almost all of our landscaping into edible landscaping, and we'll hopefully be switching that over the rest of it this year. We've started a method of gardening that I didn't think I'd be able to do in town. Our little homestead, just in our little modest 700 square feet of gardening space, and having our rabbits, have provided us a lot. And it's allowed me to do other things. It's allowed me to barter for people for other things. It's allowed me to connect in a community here on YouTube, on Instagram, and in our community with people that I wouldn't otherwise have been able to do. To learn from them, to grow from them, to be able to teach my kids from them. I am immeasurably grateful for that opportunity. And I'm excited to see how far I can go with it this year. Every year I've got a new goal, and I push more and I add more. Just when I think I don't have any more space to do, I find more and I do more. And I'm really grateful to my husband for allowing me to do that. At first we started with this little 10 by 10 garden space, and I think he was kind of like, yeah, we'll see if this happens. I had a lot on my plate. We had a lot going on. And it grows leaps and bounds every year, and he's very tolerant of that, and he's very accepting of that. And I'm very blessed to have a husband that just kind of lets me grow in that way and supports me in that way. Here's my big thing. I am grateful for getting older. Getting older is a blessing. Being able to be on this earth, to be with my family, is a blessing, and I'm grateful for it. However, I take advantage of it. I really have taken advantage of my health for my whole life. I've always just kind of assumed that I'll be healthy until I get older. I'm getting older. I'm going to be 39 this year, and I am in not the worst shape of my life, but pretty close. Last year should have been my wake-up call. My asthma was so bad, I couldn't get off the couch without having an asthma attack. Couldn't walk to the bathroom without having an asthma attack. I was on heavy medications for a long time. I have autoimmune disease. I have arthritis. I have problems that most almost 39-year-olds shouldn't have. It's time to get control of this. I'm not diabetic. I don't have heart disease. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol, but I've been lucky because diabetes runs in my family. Heart disease runs in my family. Stroke runs in my family. All severely, like everybody gets it. This year needs to be it. This year needs to be the year that I get control, because next year I might be diabetic. Next year my blood pressure might start going up. Next year I'm going to be 40. I am not going to quit on myself. I am not going to give up on myself. I am not just going to be like, I'm always going to be overweight. I'm always going to have joint pain. I don't want that for myself. And I don't want that image of myself to get passed on to my daughter. I want to be there. I want to enjoy life. I want my dreams to become my reality. I am grateful that I have this clarity now and not when I'm turning 50 instead of 40. So I think that I'm supposed to do 10 things that I'm grateful for in this tag, but I'm going to stop here because I wasn't keeping track. And those are the things that I'm deeply grateful for. So I think that's what's important. I am going to tag 3 channels to do this gratitude tag if they so choose. I'm going to tag Ingrid over at Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles, Heidi over at Boy Boss Mama, and Michelle over at A Common Life. If you are not familiar with those channels, I highly recommend you go check all of them. They're different but similar and all awesome channels, all encouraging and all homeschool moms. So I will include the links for those ladies below in the description box. Also, thanks for watching today. If you haven't subscribed yet, I want to invite you to do so and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the videos I put out. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.